Good day, folks. Thank you for joining us here at Your Health. On today's program, we will discuss dietary supplements extracted from the grape. We're talking about grape seed extract and resveratrol, and their health benefits are quite remarkable. These are things that will help you provide better health for you and your family. First, let's go to our news. Let's see what's happening in the health world. Adding oil to your salad greens improves nutrition. Researchers from Iowa State University evaluated the effect of adding vegetable oil to salad greens. They found oil increased the absorption of at least 8 micronutrients needed for good health. They also found doubling the amount of salad oil doubled the nutrient absorption. Studies published by the American Journal of Clinical Nutrition. Related research from the Medical College of Georgia finds from a study of over 760 adolescents, those with the lowest consumption and absorption of vitamin K1 found in salad greens were over 300% more likely to have an abnormal enlargement of the heart. Overall, 10% of the teens evaluated had enlargement of their heart's left ventricle. This study was published by the Journal of Nutrition. Well, folks, adding vegetable oil to your salads and vegetables increases the absorption of a variety of nutrients. This study found when we add oil or salad dressing, it increases the absorption of alpha and beta carotene, lutein and lycopene, along with the vitamins A, E, and K. These are all fat-soluble vitamins. Previous research reported on this program made similar findings. These previous studies showed adding oil to our salads also increased the absorption of various B vitamins. Also, sautéing vegetables in oils increased their nutrient absorption as well. Previous studies went on to find frying foods in olive oil is the healthiest way to fry foods, as olive oil is very stable. It resists oxidation. We have recently experienced a paradigm shift in attitudes toward dietary oils and fats. The evidence now is overwhelmingly confirms that dietary fats and oils, even if they are saturated fats from animal products, well, they're just not the health villains they were once portrayed as. Fats and oils are highly caloric, however, and it doesn't take much of them to add pounds, so we must reduce our sugar and starch intake to compensate, or we will gain weight. Also, trans fats are still bad. Avoid them at all costs. And animal fats from feedlot animals fed grains are more inflammatory and thus should be limited. Problems with our senses predicts older adults' overall health and ability to function. Researchers from the University of Chicago evaluated over 3,000 older adults ages 57 to 85. They assayed the seniors' senses, including their ability to see, hear, smell, touch, and taste. They also evaluated health behaviors, chronic illnesses, cognitive function, mobility, and body fat levels. The researchers reevaluated the seniors 5 years later. They found the more sensory losses older adults experienced, the worse they performed on follow-up testing. The study was published by the Journal of the American Geriatric Society. Well, folks, this is the first study to investigate what happens to us over time when we begin to lose our senses. Our sense of smell, taste, touch, hearing, and sight. This study found when 2 or more of our senses declined, it predicts a compromise in our ability to perform activities of daily living, our ability to stay in good physical condition, and move about quickly. Losing our senses also leads to unhealthy weight gain, a decline in overall health, and a loss of our mental abilities. And most unfortunately, the loss of 2 or more of our senses increases the risk of death over the following 5 years. The authors of the study hope their findings will help doctors and families better care for our aging seniors. Even modest levels of regular exercise helps to prevent depression. Researchers from the University of New South Wales followed almost 34,000 Norwegian adults for their exercise patterns and mental health over 11 years. They found even 1 hour of light exercise a week reduced the risk of developing future depression by 12%. A study was published by the American Journal of Psychiatry. Well, this one is noteworthy. Just about any level of regular exercise reduces the risk of developing depression. As little as 1 hour of even light exercise provides significant depression protection. Now, the subjects did not need to join a gym or lift weights. All they had to do was move about and do it for a total of just 1 hour a week. Of course, doing more exercise provides even more depression protection, but even a little is helpful. Perhaps the most interesting discovery of this study was those who do not exercise at all were almost 50% more likely to develop depression, and that's simply amazing. Well, today on Your Health, we'd like to discuss the health benefits of grape-based dietary supplements. So stay tuned to learn more.
I'm Cindy Becker.
And I'm Dr. Richard Becker. Are you thinking about your health as we approach a new year? Well, many of us do, even though our health is important every day of the year.
If you have a wellness plan in mind, December's a month with special holiday prices. Plus, shipping within the continental U.S. is free for all orders over $50.
We'd like to thank you for your continued support. It's because of you that we are able to provide this great educational service.
So call us today to restock your supplements for the coming year and tell a friend about the savings, or order online at bioinnovations.net for the best prices of the season.
We hope the new year brings you happiness and better health for your entire family. Merry Christmas.
And a happy, healthy new year.
I'm Dr. Richard Becker for Your Health at a Glance. Does acid reflux keep you hooked on antacids? If so, you may be suffering from GERD, which stands for gastroesophageal reflux disease. GERD affects at least 20% of the adult population. In fact, Americans spend hundreds of millions of dollars per year on medicines to treat GERD. This is unfortunate because these medications have side effects. They can cause additional digestive problems, and they lead to nutrient deficiencies, such as the depletion of vitamin B12. Fortunately, there are simple lifestyle changes that can reduce the symptoms of GERD. Avoid lying down or exercising within 2 hours of eating. Lose weight because obesity worsens symptoms. Limit foods that cause GERD, such as fried, fatty foods, mints, chocolate, and caffeine. To improve digestion, eat a diet rich in fiber, yogurt, and drink lots of water. For Your Health at a Glance, I'm Dr. Richard Becker.
Do you believe that nature holds the answer to your health needs? Are you looking for a supplement that's simple and pure, yet really works?
If you're looking for nature's answer to better health, look to Aloha Noni Juice. It's pure and fresh, just like nature intended. Aloha Noni Juice is brought to you direct from the islands of Polynesia.
Aloha Noni Juice is 100% pure with no added sugar or sweet fruit fillers. It's the perfect addition to your low-sugar diet.
Aloha Noni Juice drinkers will tell you their vitality, energy, and sense of well-being have improved, along with relief from many painful conditions. Made by nature, proven by science, Aloha Noni Juice contains only nature's best.
And now you can enjoy the benefits of our new 100% certified organic Noni Juice. Order online at bioinnovations.net or call 888-442-2128 and let us assist you in making the right choices for better health. Ask about the AutoShip program for additional savings. Welcome back and happy holidays, everyone. I hope everything is wonderful in your corner of the world. Well, today's show is going to be a great one. We get to talk about the many benefits of the grape. This one is just astounding. And you know, Richard, grape seed extract and resveratrol is one of those supplements I rarely miss. I don't take everything every day, but that's one that I pretty much do.
That's a good idea because we have a lot of information that shows you will benefit considerably over your lifetime doing that. You know, grapes have long been used throughout civilization as a food and a medicinal agent. In fact, there are over 250 references in the Bible to the grape, and it is usually used as a symbol of life itself. And of course, early scientists observed that, and they wondered as if we weren't getting a message. There's something special in grapes that we should know more about. And so they explored this, and they identified the components in the grape, and they found that the grape contains a class of molecules called flavanol, flavonoids, polyphenolic antioxidants. I know that's a big set of words. They're also known as proanthocyanidins or OPCs. There's quite a variety of these different types of molecules. They're powerful antioxidants. Let's leave it at that. Grape skin also contains a powerful polyphenol called resveratrol. We've heard of this, and it's made the news in recent years. It's been a very popular topic. This resveratrol is produced by the grapevine in response to infection by a certain type of fungi. And so we call that a phytoalexin. Alex protected the grapes and in Greek mythology, and so it's a plant-based protector. It acts as a natural antifungal. Whenever the plant is exposed to injury or fungus, the resveratrol production is increased to protect the plant. Several plants also make resveratrol, including various berries, even the peanut. But the two most important sources of resveratrol for the nutraceutical business are grapes and the Japanese knotweed plant. This knotweed plant makes extraordinarily high levels of resveratrol, and it's very cost effective to extract some from the Japanese knotweed plant and use it in dietary supplements. It is exactly the same molecule as what you would find in the grape. While this line of research was going on to identify all these other various components of the grape, epidemiologists noted that the French consume a diet high in fat with daily wine consumption, and yet they have relatively low rates of obesity, heart disease, and cancer. And so with this high-fat diet with wine and alcohol, and yet they're healthy and thin, this became known as the French paradox. And scientists began to wonder if the French paradox couldn't be attributed to their high intake of wine's resveratrol, or from grape juice, or eating grapes, you can get the same benefit. Well, this research led to understanding that resveratrol activated certain genes that we have, and various animals and even bacteria have this set of genes, the SIRTA1 and SIRTA2 genes. These genes are known to promote thinness and longevity. So that's where we are with our basic understanding of what goes on. We have a genetic effect from resveratrol. Resveratrol is from the skin of the grape. Now there's another line of research going on dealing with the seed of the grape. And what do we do with seeds of the grape? Have you ever bitten into one? They're very bitter. Nobody likes to chew them up or swallow them. And if you just swallow them, you don't get much out of them. They just pass through. But the scientists found that the seed contains oligoproanthocyanidins, another set of chemicals that have similar properties to resveratrol, but these seeds are rarely consumed, so we don't benefit from them. Many grape supplements also contain related OPCs, or oligoproanthocyanidins, from the maritime pine bark. Various plants all around the globe have these varying substances, and they work in unison with the grape compounds. This is the power of nutritional symphony. And this is one of the problems of modern scientists. We want to break down our diet into individual components and come to understand what the individual components do, and there's a place for that. But in health, these dietary components work in unison as a symphony, as it were, providing optimal health. So the conglomeration of the seed components, the skin components of the grape, all of this works together to provide remarkable health benefits. These compounds are among the most studied nutritional supplements since the discovery of resveratrol in the West in 1963. It's become known now that Japanese researchers discovered resveratrol from the Japanese knotweed plant in 1939. But if you know your history, we weren't sharing much critical information with the Japanese in 1939. To date, epidemiologic and test tube and animal studies suggest grape extracts, including resveratrol and the grape seed extract, promote thinness, lengthen life, improve parameters of diabetes control, lowers inflammation, improves mitochondrial biogenesis. This is one of the new areas in research on products of the grape, is they help to stimulate the production of new mitochondria, and they help to correct abnormal function of the mitochondria. Now, what are the mitochondria? Mitochondria are the powerhouse, the energy centers of the cell. This is where aerobic metabolism occurs, the production of ATP, so that we have a dollar bill, an energy source, as it were. You know, a dollar bill is analogous to it, so that it can fuel all our different body processes. Without functioning and healthy mitochondria, we don't live long. We don't live long at all. And many of our chronic diseases, so many of them, really have their foundation in dysfunctional mitochondria. So this is one of the keys to understanding how grape products help improve our health. They boost mitochondrial function. Further, they improve cholesterol and body lipids. Products of the grape, they lower the risk of cardiovascular disease, lower the risk of cancer. Now, these were all test tube study, animal studies, and positive test tube and animal studies do not always translate into benefit to human beings. But to date, we have well over 100,000 different studies and scientific writings on these substances, and the evidence is mounting. Today, we'd like to review some of these studies and help you understand exactly what resveratrol and grapeseed extract can do for us. Well, one of the criticisms of resveratrol is that it is a fat-based substance, and since we are primarily water-based creatures, a fat-based substance doesn't absorb very well. So the critics say, well, you don't absorb it, so it doesn't have any action. Well, that's not true. We have multiple double-blind, placebo-controlled trials now with hundreds of subjects that show oral dosage of resveratrol. We're talking about resveratrol now in this group. Oral resveratrol is absorbed and converted to 20 or more active metabolites. So although resveratrol may be in your body and leave it relatively quickly, what is metabolized into is active as well. And these substances can stay in our bodies for 72 hours or longer. So there is a pronounced long-term effect even at low dosages. They've also learned that morning dosage of resveratrol is best absorbed, particularly if we take it with a fatty food such as peanut butter or something like that. Something with a little fat in it, you'll absorb more of it. They've been able to show in human trials that resveratrol improves the blood flow in diabetic or pre-diabetic test subjects. Even one dose increases the blood flow to the brain and to the peripheral tissues. And one of the essence of health, along with having good mitochondrial function, is good blood flow. So if we can improve our blood flow to our tissues, this is always a good thing. Toxicity. Safety studies on multiple studies show that dosages ranging from half a gram to 5 grams, which is way more than you'll ever need of resveratrol. This is a huge dose. It would take thousands of pounds of grapes to get 5 grams of resveratrol, and nobody's ever going to do that, but we need to know if it's toxic. Very large doses, no toxicity whatsoever. However, some people may notice with extremely high doses of resveratrol, they may get a little queasy. But there's no toxicity there, it's just a little queasiness. Oxidative stress, we've been able to show in multiple double-blind, placebo-controlled human trials that the reduction of oxidative stress influenced by at least 10 different metabolic pathways, and this is huge. Reduce oxidative stress even in smokers. Even one dose reduce oxidative stress. Lowered oxidative stress in angina patients, showing reduced adiponectin, reduced blood clots, reduced 6 inflammation transcription factors, lowered activity of 27 different genes associated with inflammation. That's remarkable. We have more when we return.
I'm Cindy Becker.
And I'm Dr. Richard Becker. Are you thinking about your health as we approach a new year? Well, many of us do, even though our health is important every day of the year.
If you have a wellness plan in mind, December's a month with special holiday prices. Plus, shipping within the continental U.S. is free for all orders over $50.
We'd like to thank you for your continued support. It's because of you that we are able to provide this great educational service.
So call us today to restock your supplements for the coming year and tell a friend about the savings, or order online at bioinnovations.net for the best prices of the season.
We hope the new year brings you happiness and better health for your entire family. Merry Christmas.
And a happy, healthy new year.
Dr. Richard Becker for Your Health at a Glance. Are you one of the 25 million Americans who suffer from an autoimmune disease such as rheumatoid arthritis or lupus? Autoimmune diseases are caused by a misdirected immune system that attacks the patient as though their own cells are a foreign invader. You can manage the symptoms of an autoimmune disease by living a healthy lifestyle. Here's a strategy. Avoid unnecessary exposure to pollutants and chemicals. Eat a simple organic-based diet free of junk food, low in sugar and food additives. Avoid foods that seem to cause flare-ups of your disease, and stay active and exercise. Scientific research shows natural agents are of great benefit to the autoimmune disease patient. Yogurt helps to maintain normal bowel flora. Fish and flaxseed oil and noni juice calm inflammation. Vitamins and minerals provide nutrients for proper immune function. Keep fighting and don't ever give up. A positive attitude can make each day a little better.
Are you one of the 62 million Americans suffering from gastrointestinal problems? Do you struggle with other chronic conditions? That's why we offer Dr. Becker's Bionutrient Probiotics.
After years of research, we developed a revolutionary probiotic formula with gastrodefense technology. This system protects the good bacteria from stomach acid so the probiotics reach the intestines where they go to work. Additionally, we use live count technology to prolong the shelf life of the probiotics, so there's no need for refrigeration.
Dr. Becker's Bionutrient Probiotics is a powerful combination and one of the most effective formulas available today. And we offer a children's chewable formula too, both at prices you can afford.
Order online at bioinnovations.net or call 888-442-2128 and let us assist you in making the right choices for better health. Ask about the AutoShip program for additional savings. That number's 888-442-2128. We're back, everyone, discussing the benefits of grape seed extract and resveratrol. So interesting. So, Richard, you're going through the studies now.
Yes.
This just really is amazing information.
It is. We talked about how resveratrol lowers oxidative stress, and one might say, well, what's that mean? What's that have to do with me? I'm in pain. I don't have oxidative stress. Well, you do. You do. If you're in pain, if you have a health condition, you are probably inflamed, and that inflammation is caused, in part at least, it's a major driving force, oxidative stress. These are the free radicals that occur in our bodies, and it creates a sense of pain and dysfunction, and it's a major part of our disease process. It's fundamental to why you feel bad. And so anything that counters this oxidative stress will help to improve your condition. And they've been able to show that resveratrol from grape skin reduces 27 genes that drive this inflammatory process. This is going to help you feel better. Also, it helps to improve triglyceride levels while increasing total antioxidant capacity, including glutathione. What this means is that not only does resveratrol act as an antioxidant molecule, it stimulates your cells, your body, to make its own natural antioxidants more efficiently, which is a big plus for us. Next, cardiovascular disease. Human studies, double-blind, placebo-controlled, heart disease patients with high risk of heart disease, even small doses, 10 milligrams, tiny, this is a few specks of dust equal to 10 milligrams of resveratrol improved ejection fraction of the heart, meaning the heart pumped more efficiently. More blood was ejected out of the heart with each pump. It improved left ventricular diastolic function. The diastolic function is the drawing back of blood. You know, we pump blood out, and then the heart draws it back in to prime the pump for the next pump. And most people would think that the pumping action takes more effort than the siphoning, the drawing back. That's not so. Siphoning takes more energy. Drawing the blood back into the heart to pump it out into the periphery takes more of that. And when that's not working right, it's called left ventricular diastolic dysfunction. And even tiny doses of resveratrol, they were able to prove to improve that dysfunction. In layman's terms, the heart beats more efficiently using less energy to achieve that, which means over time you're going to have less angina, less heart discomfort, less shortness of breath. You'll be able to move better, and they've been able to prove that, which is quite remarkable if you think about it, from just the grape, from the grape. What else? It decreases red blood cell deformity, so your red blood cells carry more blood. All these things add up to cardiovascular improvements. It reduces inflammation by about 20%. It increases anti-inflammatory markers by about 20%. So the inflammation is decreased, and the anti-inflammatory substances in your body that it naturally makes, that increases, and the two together create a synergy which helps us to feel better. Cross-sectional study of 1,000 humans found from dietary intake, if you had more grape products in your diet, it does correlate with blood levels. And this is one of the major criticisms. We talked about that. If you ingest it, do you absorb it? Well, all these studies confirm, yes, you do absorb it. Those with the most resveratrol intake had significantly reduced triglycerides, improved heart rate, and decreased blood glucose levels. These are all very good things to have. What about cancer? We did cardiovascular disease. Let's go to cancer. Human studies, double-blind, placebo-controlled. Resveratrol and 4 active metabolites penetrate tumors. We know it gets into the tumors and the tissues around tumors where metastasis and growth may occur. It activates enzymes that fight cancer and reduce tumor proliferation by about 5%. Now, that may not sound like much, but when you're in the teeter-totter of the balance of the fight against cancer, anything that knocks the cancer down, even by 5%, is significant. In cancer drug investigation, if the new cancer drug works 5% better than the last one, you're now the new drug of choice. So a 5% improvement in the drug world is significant. It's also significant in the nutraceutical world. So we'll take that 5% improvement in suppressing that cancer growth. In healthy subject but susceptible to cancer subjects, resveratrol activates enzymes that protect us from cancer. Remember the biblical reference to the vine, the grapevine, the source of life. I think God was telling us something through the scriptures. Pay attention to this plant. It has substances that will help you, but for your lack of knowledge shall you perish. I always think of that when I study this, and that is what drives me further, to learn more about these things, to help people in their suffering. A review of available studies show resveratrol acts synergistically with radiation to improve radiation effectiveness while it protects normal tissues. So not only do these powerful antioxidants such as resveratrol, they help to counter the side effects of chemotherapy. They help to keep the nausea down, the collateral damage to normal tissues. They help to protect normal tissues from the damages of radiation used to fight and treat cancer. Plus, it makes the cancer cells more susceptible to radiation. These are all tremendous benefits. Now let's go on to diabetes, because this is a huge concern in our country today. We have epidemic levels of obesity and diabetes, pre-diabetics, diabetes, and the SIRTA1 gene. This is all on resveratrol. Multiple double-blind placebo-controlled trials now show resveratrol improves measures of blood glucose control, lowers inflammation and oxidative stress in the diabetic. Even minute doses, 5 milligrams, tiny doses, created benefits with explanations of how resveratrol creates this benefit. 150 milligrams of resveratrol a day, which is not an exceedingly hard. That is economical dose. Anybody can achieve that. 150 milligrams a day caused obese people's physiology to convert to that of a thin person's. Think about that for a minute. These studies did not ask the subjects to change their diet. They did not ask them to exercise more. They just said, go on with your life, but take this resveratrol. And when they checked back on these people, their physiology had converted to that of a thin person. So the driving force of the damages of high glucose were countered. Cholesterol levels drop. Triglycerides levels drop. Insulin resistance drops. All of this begins to correct and normalize with simply adding resveratrol, product of the grape. That's astounding. Now, I don't recommend you stop with just the resveratrol. You do the whole package. You know, this is holism that we're defining here. You change the diet. You get the exercise. You take a little chromium, a little alpha-lipoic acid, you know, a little fish oil, and all the things we want to do, the glucomannan and fiber. And you're going to make progress on this diabetes, and you can create this whole plan, this kit around products of the grape. Now, some will say, well, just eat grapes. You can have grapes. I'm not opposed to grapes, but remember the grapes does contain quite a bit of glucose and fructose in it, which we have to limit in diabetes. You certainly can't just drink grape juice because that's as sweet and sugary as a soda pop. So have a modest serving of grape juice. Have a modest serving of the grape, but definitely take that Resveratrol pill to help boost your body's natural resistance to diabetes. Cindy, does that make sense? Because we have to take steps. And managing diabetes is not just taking a pill. It's not just injecting insulin. It really should be a complete change in the way we approach life, including attitudes. Resveratrol needs to be a part of that. One last thing before we go to the break. Human studies, resveratrol does wonders for acne-prone skin. It can be applied topically, 50% reduction in breakouts. We'll be back.
I'm Cindy Becker.
And I'm Dr. Richard Becker. Are you thinking about your health as we approach a new year? Well, many of us do, even though our health is important every day of the year.
If you have a wellness plan in mind, December's a month with special holiday prices. Plus, shipping within the continental U.S. is free for all orders over $50.
We'd like to thank you for your continued support. It's because of you that we are able to provide this great educational service.
So call us today to restock your supplements for the coming year and tell a friend about the savings, or order online at bioinnovations.net for the best prices of the season.
We hope the new year brings you happiness and better health for your entire family. Merry Christmas.
And a happy, healthy new year.
Dr. Richard Becker, and this is Your Health at a Glance. Could some of your favorite foods be making you sick? Cases of non-allergic food intolerance are on the rise. This is different than food allergies. Recent surveys reveal up to 20% of us may be suffering from food intolerance. People who have a higher risk of non-allergic food sensitivity are those with other types of allergies, such as hay fever or irritable bowel syndrome, hepatitis C, chronic indigestion, abdominal pain, or constipation. Non-allergic food intolerance can be delayed up to 48 hours or longer, so you may not connect something you ate 2 days ago with fatigue, headaches, abdominal pain, or depression. You can keep a food diary and write down everything you eat. Blood tests can diagnose the problem, or an elimination diet can help you detect the foods that are causing your symptoms. For Your Health at a Glance, I'm Dr. Richard Becker. Is your life out of balance? It may be. The average American consumes far too many omega-6s and not enough omega-3s. This creates an imbalance.
So what can we do to get back in balance? We can eat a healthy diet.
And most of us need to supplement with omega-3 rich fish oil. Fish oil contains omega-3s with DHA and EPA, fatty acids that promote good brain and heart health. So reduce omega-6 in your nutritional plan and boost omega-3 to get back in balance.
To help you do that, BioInnovations offers 2 products, the Fish Oil Complex and Omega 369, both formulated for your health and well-being. So how do you choose? For highest levels of DHA and EPA, choose the Fish Oil Complex. For a balanced formula, choose the 369. Go online at bioinnovations.net or call 888-442-2128. Ask about the AutoShip program for additional savings.
We're back, everyone, discussing the amazing properties of the grape. And I've got to let you know it is holiday savings time at BioInnovations. And what a savings time we're having. The best prices of the season. Free shipping on orders over $50 in the mainland USA, so you don't want to miss this one. So, Richard, the grape just continues to amaze us.
It really does, and we've reviewed the science on resveratrol from the skin of the grape, and particularly the red grape. All grapes have resveratrol, but the dark-colored grapes have the most. So let's review. We know it's absorbed. We know it's converted into active metabolites. We know it doesn't take much of it to have an effect. We know it influences our longevity and thinness genes. We know it attenuates mitochondrial dysfunction. It helps to promote the genesis of new powerhouses in our cells. So we have energy to do what we need to do. This includes the energy to heal, the energy to feel good, to fight depression. Brain requires a lot of energy, and if you don't have enough, how do you feel? You feel depressed. You feel down. I don't want to do anything. I just want to rest. These are steps we can do, drug-free steps that help give the body energy to be optimal. This is the key. Helps with cardiovascular disease risk, lowers cholesterol, promotes proper heart function, give a good solid pump to the heart, lowers blood pressure, improves measures of glucose control in the diabetic while lowering triglycerides and fats, calms inflammation, modulates immunity. We don't have time to go through all the studies, but we're going to summarize what we do know. Resveratrol acts as a powerful antioxidant in detoxification. It calms inflammation some 30% or more. It's a great anti-cancer agent, helps us to tolerate cancer therapies better. It readily passes into the brain where it improves brain and nerve function. It acts as a natural antibiotic. Remember that phytoalexin effect on viruses, fungi, bacteria, and to date, attempts to turn resveratrol into a drug, they failed. And one drug company spent something like $700 million to get a patent, and this was, what, 8 years ago now? And we still don't have a drug from it. Too many complications. You take God's molecules and alter them, we get too many side effects. That's the pattern. That's the pattern. Now, that's the skin of the grape, the resveratrol. What about the seed of the grape? Well, red grape seeds are not a part of the human diet because they taste bitter. We spit those out. Grape seeds contain flavanol flavonoids with huge health benefits. They complement the resveratrol and other compounds in the skin of the grape. These flavonols include polyphenol, oligomeric, proanthocyanidins, or OPCs. That's so much easier to say. These are powerful antioxidants that are more powerful than vitamin C, vitamin E, or beta-carotene, and they also activate our natural antioxidant mechanisms. Grapeseed extract is usually used in cardiovascular problems. It's also used in diabetes and wound support. Now, this is really important. When I think of grapeseed extract, I think of blood vessels. Any problem with the blood vessel, grapeseed extract is your go-to agent. Also, it's used for wound care, and if you think about anything that would speed wound healing, you have to influence blood flow in the vascular, right? Wounds don't heal unless there's good blood flow. Diabetics, you know about this. As your blood flow is compromised to your feet, nicks, wounds, minor traumas become major problems and you just don't heal. So anything that helps to heal a wound is going to have to, in some way, affect blood flow, improve blood flow. Okay? Supports capillary integrity, supports the circulatory system, increases endothelial growth factor. It helps new blood vessels come into an area where they're needed, has anti-inflammatory properties, anti-allergy properties. This is all grape seed extract now. It has a long half-life, stays in our body for a long time, as does resveratrol. What this means is you can get into a pattern of taking your grape seed extract with resveratrol every second day, every third day, and you still have a good benefit. If you're really struggling with your health, you can take it every day. It's not dangerous. I mean, we can take huge doses of this safely, but if economy is tight, you know, we all have a budget. And if, boy, I just can't get this and that, well, take it every other day. Some is better than none, and it stays in your body long enough time that you're still getting a good benefit. Well, what are these benefits? We have well over 1,000 studies now published on grapeseed extract. Reduces blood pressure by 12 points. Think about this for a minute. Systolic reduction of 12 points is better than most of the medications approved by the FDA to treat hypertension. And since it works on the vascular, on the small vessels, so beautifully. I think it attenuates, this is my opinion, attenuates the effects of hypertension better than the medicines. I don't know that for a fact. It is my intuitive sense that it does. I think this substance is a true gift. Lowering a blood pressure 12 points. You know, this is one of the most common questions we're asked at BioInnovations and at my office. Dr. Becker, is there anything I can do to get off this blood pressure medicine? I'm sick of the side effects. I need something natural to help me. Well, my goodness, yes, there is. There's so much you can do. Grape seed extract with resveratrol is one of them. Curcumin is one of them. Vitamin D is essential. Be sure you have potassium in your diet. Make sure there's fiber and fish oil products. These are all essential, and they'll exercise, good rest, low sodium diet. You know, all these things play a role. And for many, many people, you won't need to be on medicine. But whatever you do, some will still need medicine, but maybe it's one medication instead of 3 with these natural agents. And grape seed extract is paramount in controlling blood pressure if you want to do it medicine-free. And it complements your medicines. You can take it with the medicine, no drug interactions. Lowers cholesterol about 13%. Increases HDL about the same, 13%. I didn't mention this. Postmenopausal women with salt-sensitive you know how we become so sensitive to the salt, and we puff up and the blood pressure goes up? That's where grape seed extract shines. Postmenopausal women with salt-sensitive hypertension, but it works on anybody, but it particularly shines there. When we return, let's talk some more. We have a little more on grape seed extract. We'll be right back, folks.
I'm Cindy Becker.
And I'm Dr. Richard Becker. Are you thinking about your health as we approach a new year? Well, many of us do, even though our health is important every day of the year.
If you have a wellness plan in mind, December's a month with special holiday prices. Plus, shipping within the continental U.S. is free for all orders over $50.
We'd like to thank you for your continued support. It's because of you that we are able to provide this great educational service.
So call us today to restock your supplements for the coming year and tell a friend about the savings, or order online at bioinnovations.net for the best prices of the season.
We hope the new year brings you happiness and better health for your entire family. Merry Christmas.
And a happy, healthy new year. Is our hope for you today. I'm Cindy Becker. In the epic movie Gone with the Wind, Scarlett O'Hara says she won't think about her problems today or she'll go crazy. She'll think about them tomorrow. How should we think about tomorrow in our lives? In Matthew 6, verse 33, we get advice about tomorrow. Seek first his kingdom and his righteousness, and all these things will be given to you as well. Therefore, do not worry about tomorrow, for tomorrow will worry about itself. It's so difficult to not worry about the future. Many of us catastrophize about the future. That's spending all your time thinking about all the catastrophes that might happen. So let tomorrow worry about itself. That way, we won't miss the wonderful things happening in our lives right now. I'm Cindy Becker. This is our hope for you today.
Can you lower your risk of disease? The answer is yes. One way is by including fruit in your diet. Fruit contains valuable nutrients that can reduce the risk of heart disease, stroke, and even some cancers.
We've searched the world and found 4 fruits we believe are among the best. Noni from Polynesia, acai from the Amazon, and 2 new ones, goji and mangosteen.
These 4 juices each have amazing properties that make them great additions to your nutritional plan. If you're a diabetic or have chronic pain, these juices will help you feel better and have more energy. Plus, they help with digestion.
Now you can experience the health-promoting benefits of all 4 in one convenient package we call the Fruits of the World 4-pack. And remember, it's 50% off by the case. Order online at bioinnovations.net or call 888-442-2128 and let us assist you in making the right choices for better health. Ask about the AutoShip program for additional savings. That number's 888-442-2128.
We're back, everyone. Just a little reminder, it is holiday savings time at BioInnovations, and what a good time we are having. Best prices of the season, free shipping on orders over $50 in the mainland USA, so you don't want to miss that one. Make sure you get your grape seed extract with resveratrol when you place your order. So, Richard, we're going through all the different benefits.
Yeah.
This is just amazing.
It is. It's
It goes on and on.
Amazing
It's just
substance.
so many different body processes that are affected. That's what really stands out to me.
Yes, it's if it affects your mitochondria, if it affects your vascular tree, it's going to have profound systemic effects, either directly or indirectly. So, you know, we talked about how grapeseed extract, I think of it as any vascular problem, it's grapeseed extract. That's the go-to supplement. And they've been able to show that grapeseed extract helps improve the capillary action in diabetes. And this is the focus of damage in diabetes, is at the capillary. You know, the arteries are important, obviously, but the gas exchange, the nutrient exchange of the vascular tree, it occurs at the capillaries, and really only at the capillaries. You damage the capillaries, it's just a question of time. And this is what happens in diabetes. It's capillary damage, and they've been able to prove grapeseed extract helps to counter that damage. So it's critical for the diabetes. Grapeseed extract acts as a natural antibiotic for a wide variety of pathogens. It's active against a variety of cancerous cell lines. It also helps to protect from side effects of chemotherapy and radiation, which is a very good, this is part of your package. If you're going in for radiation therapy, say perhaps you have breast cancer and you're going to have radiation, grapeseed extract and resveratrol is one of those agents you want to take before and after your radiation sessions. Many of the benefits of grapeseed extract are rare and unique and separate from resveratrol, and here's a list of them. Relieves the pain and swelling and burning of varicose veins, phlebitis, and hemorrhoids faster and more effectively than the commonly used medications. This is from a human study now. This is not my opinion, but I have observed that in the clinic. That's how I first got interested in grapeseed extract, was how well it helped varicose veins, phlebitis, and hemorrhoids. Anything vascular, think grapeseed extract. Improves the integrity and structure of collagen, elastin, and proteins needed by cartilage, tendon, skin, muscles, and blood vessels. Promotes rapid and complete wound healing. It is astounding to see. You know, this is the advantage of being a physician with many years in the clinic. You treat things a certain way and you go, well, it's helping, but man, we need to do better. And then you try something different and you go, that's astounding. Within 3 days, there's a difference. That's what happens when you add grapeseed extract. Sprinkle it right on that diabetic ulcer. Clean it up real good. All the protocols are the same. Clean it up real good. Sprinkle it right a little bit on or put your bandage on. You're going to see improvement in most cases. I can't guarantee everybody's going to improve. Diabetes is a terrible disease, and there's a point of no return. But these things work. They work, and they need to be used more. Anybody can get this. You don't need a prescription. You don't need to worry about it interacting with a drug or a side effect, as long as you're not allergic to grapes, and that's not a common allergy. It can happen, but it's not very common. What else? Reduces the formation of Alzheimer's disease-associated plaques. Remember? The resveratrol and grapeseed extract, it penetrates the brain, it goes to where it needs to go in the brain, and it helps to reduce this plaque formation associated with Alzheimer's disease. You know, the beta amyloid, the tau particles, all that stuff that goes wrong in the brain with dementia. It improves lens elasticity of the eyes, lessens eye strain, improves overall eye health and inflammation of the eye. Reduces the release of histamine during allergy season. They've been able to prove it improves quality of life in the allergy patient, which is really quite remarkable. Reduces reactive oxygen species in skin exposed to ultraviolet B and infrared light. It is a natural sunscreen. Taking it internally improves your skin's resistance to sunburn and the damaging effects over time that can lead to skin cancer. Taken internally. And we're beginning to see skincare products with resveratrol and grapeseed extract incorporated right into them. And I think that's a very good thing, very good thing. Double-blind placebo-controlled trials in grape seed extract. It's a little behind the resveratrol, but that evidence is mounting. Grape seed extract is absorbed and metabolized, been proven in good studies, reduces cholesterol and triglycerides, improves liver enzymes in fatty liver disease. It helps to attenuate the scarring of the liver in fatty liver disease. That's astounding to me. If you know your physiology, you'll be astounded too. It increases exercise tolerance and results of strength and conditioning regimens. This is one of the secrets of elite athletes. When they train really hard, and we all have experience with this, we've all done a little too much work, and boy, are we sore. Well, imagine the professional athlete. He has to go back out and train the next day, but those sore muscles compromise his ability to get stronger and more and improve his endurance. Got the idea? Well, they've been able to prove if he takes a little grapeseed extract, he's able to get back into training quicker and attain a higher level of endurance and strength because the soreness is relieved. He's able to get after it, or she. Isn't that amazing? Who figured this stuff out? Thank goodness for them, because we can all take advantage of that type of thing. What else? Oxidative stress, even in smokers, blood pressure lowering of 12 points, reduced calorie consumption by 4% in obese subjects, just by taking. Now, I'm not saying this is the next magic diet pill, but they found that obese subjects who were not asked to change their diet, just take this pill and just go on with your life, over time, 6 months later, they come back and check their dietary analysis and they consume 4% fewer calories. So that's obviously going to help people lose weight over time. Just amazing stuff. Put it all together and you have that magic symphony of one of nature's best nutraceuticals. We have a wrap-up when we return. We'll be right back.
I'm Cindy Becker.
And I'm Dr. Richard Becker. Are you thinking about your health as we approach a new year? Well, many of us do, even though our health is important every day of the year.
If you have a wellness plan in mind, December's a month with special holiday prices. Plus, shipping within the continental U.S. is free for all orders over $50.
We'd like to thank you for your continued support. It's because of you that we are able to provide this great educational service.
So call us today to restock your supplements for the coming year and tell a friend about the savings, or order online at bioinnovations.net for the best prices of the season.
We hope the new year brings you happiness and better health for your entire family. Merry Christmas.
And a happy, healthy new year.
I'm Dr. Richard Becker, and this is Your Health at a Glance. Our health depends on the choices we make every day, and few conditions are as dependent on our choices as diabetes. So here is your daily diabetic checklist. Number 1, take your diet seriously every day. Eat lean protein and leafy vegetables. Number 2, sugars and starches raise blood glucose, so reduce them in your diet. Number 3, check your blood glucose and record the readings every day. Number 4, take your medication daily and don't skip. And number 5, try to exercise every day. It will help you take off weight, which will help your body regulate blood sugar better. If you are diabetic, this is your quick daily checklist that could make life better. For Your Health at a Glance, I'm Dr. Richard Becker. Have you heard about the health-promoting power of medicinal mushrooms? These remarkable mushrooms include maitake, shiitake, reishi, and ABM. The medicinal mushrooms contain beta-glucans, compounds that promote healthy immune function while helping to coordinate multiple body systems.
Bioinnovations brings you Dr. Becker's Bionutrients Mushroom Complex with maitake, shiitake, reishi, and ABM in one convenient product.
Our mushroom complex features the safest and most powerful medicinal mushrooms available, providing natural support for a variety of health conditions.
Bioinnovations is the affordable source that you can trust for all your vitamin and supplement needs. So give us a call at 888-442-2128. That's 888-442-2128. Or order online at bioinnovations.net. Ask about the AutoShip program for additional savings. Your Health is brought to you by BioInnovations, trusted products for your health and well-being.
We're back, everyone. Just a quick reminder, I don't want you to miss that special savings time at BioInnovations. Great prices, so don't miss it. Richard, let's talk about how we should take resveratrol.
Well, you don't need huge doses to have the effect. In fact, one of the trends in the current research is when we take very large doses, 5 grams, 2 grams, 3, 4 grams, we don't get the benefit that you do with a modest dose of, say, 100 to 200 milligrams of resveratrol and the grapeseed extract as well. So don't think you need to take a whole bottle of this substance if you are in really poor health and you need desperate help. It's not like that. In fact, it's counterproductive. So this helps with cost effectiveness. A dose of resveratrol of 100 milligrams is more than, that's plenty. You can take 2 if you need to, but you don't need to do that long term. There's not a lot of added benefit. Grapeseed extract, 50 milligrams. Grape skin extract, 25 milligrams, and pine bark extract. This allows us to have diversity in these proanthocyanidins, these oligomeric proanthocyanidins. And there are other substances in grape skin besides resveratrol, so you want that whole complex. That closely resembles nature's package of the grape without the sugar, which is a benefit. Then your modest serving of grape juice, your modest serving of grapes, along with your dietary supplement, you're getting the full benefit. This is particularly important for the diabetic who has to manage their blood glucose levels. 1 or 2 capsules a day, plenty. You could start with 2 to get a good head start on your health condition, but then going down to 1 every day or even every other day would suffice for the vast majority. Well, human clinical trials are proving that the grape is one of nature's #1 health foods ever. And we've had indications of this for centuries. There are cultivars in Europe that have been closely guarded and protected for 1,000 years, and in the Middle East, 2, 3, 4,000 years that have been handed down family after family, generation after generation. It's that important to them. It's considered the essence of life, and the scripture refers to it in that sense. It's used as a metaphor, as the source of life. I'm the vine. That's what Christ said. I'm the vine. I am the grapevine that supplies you with eternal life. Well, resveratrol and the proanthocyanidins are safe, they're effective, and they should be part of your daily health routine. I really strongly recommend people with diabetes, cardiovascular disease, if you're fighting obesity and the doctor has said, well, I'm concerned that you're pre-diabetic. If we don't make changes quickly, you're going to be a full diabetic and on insulin or pills to lower your blood glucose. This is the type of person. If you've been told you have cancer and you're headed for treatment, the treatments they're tough. They can be really tough. And this grape product will help to counter the toxic effects of cancer and its treatment. So there's a wide variety of application in vascular problems and on and on. Thank you for your kind attention here today on grapeseed extract and resveratrol. We'll see you tomorrow. Bye-bye.
Thanks, everyone. We'll see you tomorrow right here on Your Health. Bye-bye.
I used to watch professional wrestling as a youngster. One character, Mr. Perfect, always looked healthy and seemed to do everything right. Did you know perfectionistic tendencies may ruin your health? Negative stress triggers heart disease, IBS, and insomnia. So combat stress by meditating on things that are good, especially God's Word. It's not crazy, just healthy.
Hi, Hi everyone, I'm Laura Harris-Smith, and have you heard what we're doing on this season of The Three? We're focusing on America, the recent election, the presidency, and since cable news is getting less and less reliable, we've created a place for you to hear what the courts are saying, but also what God is saying.